Hello, everyone. And welcome back once again in another video. If you're preparing for a JavaScript interview or just looking to level up your JavaScript skills, you're in the right place. In today's video, we'll discuss top JavaScript interview questions, providing clear and concise answers to help you ace that interview or strengthen your coding knowledge. This is the second part of JavaScript interview question and answer. If you didn't watch previous tutorial, please watch previous video. You can find link in I button or you can find link in description below. So, if you're ready, let's start today's video. Question 1. What is the purpose of the this keyword in JavaScript? In JavaScript, the this keyword refers to the current execution context, and its value can vary depending on how and where it is used. Understanding the context of this is essential for working with objects, functions, and constructors effectively. Here are some common scenarios. 1. Global context. In the global context or outside of any function or object, this refers to the global object, which is window in web browsers and global in Node.js. 2. Function context. Inside a function, the value of this depends on how the function is called. In a regular function, this refers to the global object, example window, in non-strict mode, or it is undefined in strict mode. In a method, a function defined inside an object, this refers to the object itself. 3. Constructor context. When a function is used as a constructor to create objects, example, with the new keyword, this refers to the newly created object. 4. Event handlers. In event handler functions, this typically refers to the DOM element that triggered the event. 5. Arrow functions. Arrow functions do not have their own this binding but inherit the this value from the surrounding lexical, enclosing, context. Understanding the context of this is crucial for writing object-oriented JavaScript and for managing the scope and behavior of functions and methods. Question 2. How can you handle errors in JavaScript? Error handling is an essential aspect of writing robust JavaScript code. JavaScript provides several mechanisms for handling errors and exceptions. 1. Try-catch statement. The try block allows you to enclose code that might throw an exception. If an exception occurs, it can be caught and handled in the catch block. This prevents the entire program from crashing due to errors. This is the syntax of try-catch statement in JavaScript. 2. Throw statement. You can use the throw statement to manually throw custom exceptions or errors when specific conditions are met. This is the syntax of throw statement in JavaScript. 3. Error object. JavaScript provides a built-in error object and various derived error types like syntax error, reference error, and type error. These objects provide additional information about the error, including a message and a stack trace. This is the example of error object in JavaScript. 4. Finally block. You can use the finally block after a try-catch statement to specify code that should always be executed, whether an exception is thrown or not. This is the syntax to handle error using finally block in JavaScript. 5. Global error handling. You can set up global error handlers using window.onError in the browser, or the process.on, uncaught exception, event, in Node.js, to catch unhandled exceptions at the application level. Handling errors gracefully is essential for improving the reliability and user experience of your JavaScript applications. Question 3. What is a callback hell, and how can you avoid it? Callback hell, also known as the pyramid of doom, is a situation in asynchronous JavaScript programming where multiple nested callback functions become challenging to read and maintain. It occurs when you have a series of asynchronous operations that depend on the results of previous operations. As you add more nested callbacks, the code indentation deepens, making it harder to understand and prone to errors. Here's an example of callback hell. To avoid callback hell and write more readable asynchronous code, you can use the following techniques. 1. Named functions. Define your callback functions separately and give them meaningful names. Then, pass these named functions as callbacks, improving code readability. This is the example of how you can use named functions in JavaScript. 2. Promises. Promises provide a more structured way to handle asynchronous operations. They allow you to chain asynchronous tasks together using then and catch methods, reducing the need for deeply nested callbacks. This is the example of how you can use promises in JavaScript. 3. Async await. With the async await syntax, you can write asynchronous code in a more synchronous-looking style, improving readability. This is the example of async await in JavaScript. These techniques help make your code more maintainable and easier to understand, even when dealing with complex asynchronous operations. Question 5. What are arrow functions in JavaScript, and how are they different from regular functions? Arrow functions are a concise way to write functions in JavaScript, introduced in ES6, avascript 2015. They provide a more compact syntax compared to regular functions and have some differences in behavior. This is the syntax of regular function and arrow function in JavaScript. Regular functions have their own this context, which can change depending on how the function is called. The value of this is determined at runtime. Arrow functions do not have their own this binding, they inherit the this value from their enclosing or lexical context. This means that the value of this inside an arrow function is determined by the surrounding code and is fixed when the function is created. Regular functions have an arguments object that represents the arguments passed to the function. Arrow functions do not have their own arguments object, instead, they inherit the arguments from their enclosing function. Use cases. Arrow functions are well suited for concise, one-line functions and for functions that need to preserve the surrounding this context. They are commonly used in modern JavaScript code, especially for callbacks and inline functions. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel for more tech content, and let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more videos like this or have any questions. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy coding!